बाबा से ये बाहर कर ले से ग्लू
So, okay, now see here. So, what we have seen in the previous class, so I said about template inheritance. So, I said, what is a template inheritance is? And I said, template inheritance is a process of acquiring. And I said, this is done by using two tags. One is extends and one more is what? Block. And even I said how to insert the content of base template within the child template by using block dot super. Right now we have seen some examples related with this. Then after that, there is one more tag is there. And what is another tag is include. There's a tag called include. Okay. So percentage include. So what is the use of this tag is? Yes. So this tag is used, okay, to include the content of so one template inside another template. See, what is the use of this include is this tag is used to include the content of, yes sir, this tag is used to include the content of one template inside what? Another template. It allows to, I mean, it provides only reusability. It provides only reusability, but doesn't provides what here? Extensibility. See, if you want extensibility, then you go for which one? Extends. Extends provide both reusability as well as what? Extensibility. But this will provide only reusability, but it doesn't provide what? Extensibility, right? So what is the syntax of include? There are two syntaxes are there. One is syntax, one is percentage include followed by template name. Percentage include template name and then percentage. And there is one more syntax is you can include with data. So percentage include template name with you are using with now you write a variable name. You define the variable name equal to value. You are trying to separate with variable name and again equal to what here? Value. Means you are trying to include. See, you are trying to include. You are trying to include this template by inserting this data. You are trying to include this template by inserting data within this template, right? So you can send the values to this template by using with, you are using include template name with. So you are sending the data. What you are sending here? Data to this template. So this data can be rendered within this template. This data can be rendered within this template. So include is yours. If you want to have a common things, you have a common things belongs to more than one template. So that can be done by using what? Include. For example, in application development, so what will happen is you have a number of templates. Okay, assume that this is a template one, this is template two, this is a template three. Okay, assume that you have a number of templates. So there is a template one, there is a template two, and there is a template three. So number of templates are there. Okay. Okay, assume that this is a template one dot HTML, and assume that this is some template two dot HTML. Okay, assume that this is template three dot HTML. So all these templates require the same header as well as what? Footer. All these templates require the same header. I want the same header and I want what? Same footer. I want the same header and same footer. Okay. Same header and what? Footer. All these templates should have the same header and what? Footer. But only the content changes from one template to another. But this header and footer is the same. This header and footer is the same. Instead of writing this header and footer for every template, okay, what you do is you try to put this header and footer inside one template. Okay, you try to put this header and footer inside one template. So this is a header and this is what here? Footer. You put this header and footer in one template. See, there is a, because if you are writing the same thing, header and footer in every template, if any changes in header and footer, I have to do changes in how many templates? Three templates. Suppose if I have 100 templates, if any changes in header and footer, I have to do changes in how many templates? 100 templates. So maintaining your code becomes what? Complex. To avoid that complexity, whatever redundant things are there, you put that redundant things within one template. Okay, within one template. Okay, suppose now this is called as which template? Header template. In header template, what you do it? You write the headers. You write the header here. Header template, you write what? Header. And you create another template. And what is that template? Footer template. So assume that this is footer dot HTML. So there is a header dot HTML and there is footer dot HTML. So whenever you required, what you do it? You just include. You include, not inherit, because inherit you can inherit only one template. Okay, what you are doing, wherever you want it, you just include. So include which one here? Header template. So you are trying to include header template. You are trying to include what? Header template. Okay. So you are not inheriting. What you are doing, you are inserting. Including is nothing but inserting. You are inserting header template wherever you required. And in the same way, you are trying to insert which template here? Footer template, wherever you required. Wherever you required, you insert footer template. Okay, include. So you are including footer template. And this is also include footer template. Here also you are including with template, footer template. So this will provide the reusability and maintaining your code also becomes what? Easy. Okay, right? So that is what exactly composition means. Template one has a header and footer. Template two has a header and what? Footer. Template three is having a header and footer. So you can say headers and footers are called components. and this is component template, and these are what? Composite. You have a component class and composite class, right? In Python inheritance, I mean composition. Here also, now this is a components. How many components are there here? Two components. One is header and one more is what? So you can include even by sending data. You can also include by sending the data. You can include by sending the data here. Okay. How can you send the data by including is you are using include template name with variable name equal to value. Again, variable name equal to value. I mean, these values you are sending to this template. These values you are sending to this template as a part of a context. And you can read these values within the template and insert. Now you can insert the data by using inserter tag. Okay. Yes. Let us see with the example this how to work with this include. So assume that assume that now here I try to create a two templates here. Okay, one is so I create one template. Assume that I take an example of header and footer only. Now this is header dot HTML. This is a header dot HTML where so I'm just using so I just take a division. So now this is a division and I'm just writing align. Align is there? Align is there or not there? Yes. Division align center. And here I try to put some text. So I just take okay, what is that? Some header. I just take Naresh technologies. Or if you want, you can take. So what is the header is? So I take which one? Span. Spanner. Span. Span is inline. Block level. Inline. Span. Okay. Span A. I'm just writing href. I'm not giving any link here. I just put here what? Hash. Now what is the name of this here? Home. Right. The next again I'm taking span A href. I'm not giving any link. Okay, now this is so this is about which one? Courses. Again I take a span. So A href. So I'm not giving any link. And this is what here? Contact. Contact us. Okay, right? So I've taken how many links here? Three links. This is called as a header. Okay. This is called as what here? Header. You can test this. Open with which server? Live server. So you can see this is home courses contacts. Home courses and what here? Contacts. Home courses and contacts. So this is what now? Header. Right? Now you have an header. Then after that, I want to have a another template. So I'm creating one more template. And what is a template? Footer.html. So there is a footer.html. So again, I'll take a footer. I'm in division. And here I'm saying align. So align what here? Center. Align center. Then again, I'm using a span. Okay, span. Okay, I just put so what is it? Address. Actually, you have to put address. Which tag you have to take? Address tag. Address, yes or no? Others are not. So then span. Again, I'm using a span. Okay. So I just use, but all this will displayed in the same line. Will it display in the new line or same line? Same line. So this is called as which one here? Footer. So just open in the live server. Okay, right now this is what here? Footer. So how many templates I created here? Two templates. One is header.html and one more is footer.html. Header.html and one more is footer.html. Right? So I want to include this in one template. So there is a template. So I create one template here. So new. Okay, assume that this is one template. And what is the template is home dot what? HTML. So this is a template. So where I want to include header. I want to include what? Header. Okay. So how I am including the header by saying percentage. What is the name of the tag? Include. Percentage. Curly braces. Percentage. Include. What is the name of the template here? Header dot HTML. Header dot HTML. Now this is the tag which I'm including. Okay, this is a tag which I'm including. Okay, this is a tag which I'm including. And here I'm writing some content. Here what I'm doing, I'm writing some content. So this is header dot HTML. That is when you click on which one? Home. So this is when you click on home. So I just type some content. So I just type some content here, right? So we'll take narration content. So some content I'll copy it. Okay, I just take some content here, and this is what here? Paragraph. So I put this content as a paragraph. And after this, I want to include what I want to include here? Footer. So what is a footer is footer dot HTML. So there is a header dot HTML and there is a footer dot HTML. So you can see this is a header and this is a footer and this is what here? Content. So this is a header and this is a footer and this is what here? Content. Okay. But I have not given any gap. I have not given any gap. Right. So I have not given any gap. Okay. Right. So include header.html and include footer.html. Okay. Then after that, I'm trying to, yes, create one more template. I'm trying to create one more template called some courses.html. Now this you can call it as courses.html. And here also, yes, here also I'm including percentage include. So what you are including here, some header.html, header.html. I'm including header.html. Yes, you include here. You include positions and all the things. Okay, why wasting time? Okay, right? Here we are learning Django, not CSS. Okay. So CSS, you know it, you apply it. Huh? Include header.html and this is the content. I just put the paragraph here and I just copy the same content. Okay. And here I want to include what I want to include footer.html. So here I try to use the same content. Now here I change. Now this title is what here? Courses. This title is what here? Courses. And this title I'm changing to what here? Home. So this title is home and this title is what? courses. Okay, then what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a views for this template. I'm creating a views for this template. Which template? Home.html, and one more is courses.html. For home.html and courses.html. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to create a views. I'm trying to create a view for this both. Now open the application. In the application folder, create a view. Create a view. So there is a view some 12, and there is a request and response equal to render. So request comma, I'm writing here child 5, sorry. So what is that? Home.html, and I'm not defining any context parameters. Means I'm not sending any values. Then return the response. Then I'm creating another view, that is a view 13. I'm sending a request and response equal to render. A request comma, what is the name of this here? Courses.html, and the context, I'm not sending any values. And then return what you send response. So then after that, define the URLs for this both the views. Okay. So I'm saying path, and this is nothing but view 12. Okay, slash, and I'm giving a name as what here? View 12. So path, and again I'm saying view. So view 13. Okay, view 13 and slash, and you are calling which view here? View 13. Okay. Yes. Now, when you click on this view 12, when you send a request to view 12, it will call view 12. If you click on view 13, it send what? View 13. Just to link it. Link in which template? Home dot. Link in which template? Say low include in which template? Header. Yes. In header.html, header.html, you just give the view name. So what is the view name? Okay, what is the name of the view? So view 12. View 12, right? And what is this name of the view? View what here? 13. View 12, and one more is view 13. Yes. So you are sending a request to view 12, and you are sending a request to what? View 13. That is when you click on, yes, over a, so Python manage dot py or run what here? Server. So let's run this. Oh, we have to create a template for home, right? Yes. Home is given a view 12. What is view 12? Home. View 12 only. So template name. Oh, yeah. That is a syntax, right? So here we just remove this because this is a tag, right? So it is interpreting as what? Tag. So you have to remove this DTL. So it is interpreting as a tag. So I removed this. Now you can see this is a header, and this is what here? Footer. Okay. So this is a view 12, and one more view is what here? 13. So view 13 is this, but if you click on home also, you'll get the same thing. And this is courses. This is home and this is what here? Courses. Means if I click on home, it is run which one? View 12. If I click on courses, it is run which one? View 13. But in this template, which one is the common is header and footer. Means you write the code for header and footer how many times? One time. And you are trying to use it how many times? More than one time. That is including in more than one template. For example, there is a changes in address. Okay, if there is a changes in address, you do changes in which template? Will you do changes in home and courses template? No, you don't do changes in home and courses template. You do changes in which template? Footer template. You do changes in which template? Footer template. And here I change. Okay, I change the address from Amirpet to what? KPHB, right? So when you do changes in footer, automatically it is applied to how many templates? All the templates which uses this header and what footer. So it means maintaining your code has become what here? Easy. Ring on. So including is different than which one? Inheriting. Inheriting is different and including is what? Different. So what is the difference between extends and include? Include allows to include the content of one template inside another template. It allows you to include more than one template. Include allows you to include what? More than one template. But extends allows to inherit only one template. Inheritance allows only reusability and extensibility. But when it comes to the include, it allows only reusability but doesn't allows what? Extensibility. Extensibility means adding some new features. So when it comes to this inheritance, you can add some new features into which template? Base template within derived template by using which tag? Block tag. Without without using a block tag, can you add some new features? No, you cannot add it. Without block tag, you cannot add what? New features. Compulsory, you have to create what? A block. So that block must be override in which template? Child template to include the content. So you inherited, but you want to add some new features. Now, child inherit all the things of what? Parent, but you want to add some new features. But how you are adding it? By creating one block. So where you are creating this block in base template, ring or not? Okay. So how can I send it? Now this is how you are reusing it. See, all this I'll be using it when you develop a project. Compulsory you'll use all this when you develop a project, because when you talk about your project contain headers and footers. Yes or no? Header, footer, nav. So navigation is different, right? Navigation comes under header. No, navigation doesn't comes under what? Header. Okay. So it is a part of your body. It is header or body. Navigation is a part of header or body. Body. Understood? Right? So yes. But header and footer will be the same for all the templates or not? Yes. It doesn't change this from one template to another. So in that case, you don't require to write the same code again and again. You write code once and use how many times? Number of times. But this including can be a dynamic. See this, yes, reusable. Now this including can be what? Dynamic. Dynamic means you can pass the values. You can pass the values. How can you pass the values? There is one syntax. Include template name with, you are saying variable name equal to value and variable name equal to value. So you can include it by sending the values. You can include by sending the values. Now let us see example for this. Okay, including with by sending values. So in this case, you required how many templates? Two templates. In this case, you required how many templates? Two templates, because one template send a value to what? Another template. One template send a value to what? Another template. Okay, right? So I'm creating two templates. Assume that there is one template called calc.html. I'm taking a simple example to understand like how you send values from one template to another template. Now there is a template called which one? Calc.html. Okay. Now this calc.html is sending values. Okay, it is sending values from, this calc.html to what? Add.html, sub.html. other templates by sending what? Values. By sending values. Okay, right? Okay, it is sending some values to perform some, what do you call it as arithmetic? To perform some arithmetic operations. To perform some arithmetic operations, right? So you are sending the values from this template to what? Another template. Anything you can take. Anything you can take. So you just send data. What do you do it? You just send data. Yeah, you can use both extends, include. Extends and what? Include. Extends, include you can use. You can just inherit and then include other templates. Inherit one template and include what? Other templates. How you inherit other templates? By using extends. How you include the templates? Using include. You can do both. No problem. You can do what? Both inheritance and composition. Okay. Yes. Car is a vehicle. Car has a engine. Car is a vehicle. Car has a engine. Car is a vehicle is inheritance. Car has a engine is composition. Car is a vehicle is inheritance. Car has a engine is what? Composition. So we can implement both. Is a relation as well as what? Has a relation. Is a relation as well as has a relation. Okay. Now here, what I'm doing is, yes. So here, what I'm saying is percentage. So percentage include. So this is a calc template, right? Now when you click on this, now I take just one hyperlink here. I just take one hyperlink. So there is an hyperlink, some A. So, okay, now this is what you call it as template. I'm including one template. So percentage, I'm writing percentage include. Percentage include. What is the template I'm including is add dot HTML. Now this is where generally you create a strings, right? You create a string within double quotes. You create a string within single quotes. What is the difference between writing string in double quotes and single quotes? Embedded, right? In double quotes, you can embed what? Single quotes. And in single quotes, you can embed what? Double quotes. Now here I embed which quotes here? Single quotes. By saying add dot HTML and then with the n1 equal to 100 or n1 equal to 10 and space n2 equal to what here? 20. So n2 equal to 20 and this is the end of the tag. So what I did here, I said this is a link. Yes. Is it this is a link or not? Yes. So once I click on this link, now it will include which tag? Add dot HTML. It include which template here? Add dot HTML. It include which template? Add dot HTML. Getting or not? I just include one template. What template I included here? Add dot HTML. When if I click on add, if I click on add, if you don't want it, you don't want to click. You simply write include add dot HTML. That's all. That means when you open calc, it include which template? Add dot HTML by sending how many values? Two values. That is n1 and one more is what? N2. It send how many values? Two values. That is n1 and one more is what? N2. Understood? Right? So, okay. Now, just to create one more template here. What is it? Another template is add dot HTML. Now, this is add.html. And in this add.html, now should insert the data or not? Yes. Which data? The value of n1 and n2. How you are insert the data? By using which one? Insert tag. Now, this is insert data tag or not? Open two curly braces. What is the name of the variable here? N. What is the name of the variable you are sending? N1. N1. What is the value send here? N1. Name of the variable is what? N1. N1 is the name of the variable, right? So N1. So here I'll write, okay, sum H2. Okay, sum of Okay, I just write here sum of, okay, sum of n1 and sum of n1 and what is that here? N2 is, I need to add these two values or not? Yes, I'm inserting data by saying n1 plus, I just write n1 plus, what is that here? N2, n1 plus n2. So I try to insert n1 value and n2 value by doing which operation here? Addition. So I said n1 plus n2 and then I close it. But where is this data n1 and n2? The n1 and n2 is sent from where? Or n1 and n2 is sent from where? Cal. But how you send it? By using what? Include add.html. You are sending how many values to this add.html? Two values. That is n1 value and one more is what? N2 value. So you can include by sending values from one template to what? Another template by using what here? With. Now this is one more syntax. This is another syntax. Now let me create one view for which template? Calc.html. I take only add. You can write number of templates and you can click on the buttons and you can include the values. And not only that, you can also see here, you are sending it. Generally, who send the values from who send the values to the template? You send the values to the template, and that values you can send to what? Other templates and perform certain operations and include what? Result. Include what? Result. It means when you say render, is it this template is rendered as a part of current template or not? Yes. This template is inserted as a part of which template? Current template. Correct or not? And generate HTTP response, right? So write a view, write a view, create a view. Now this is view, some view 14 here. So this is a request. Okay, this is a request and response equal to render request comma. What do you want to include here? Calc.html. See, writing context is optional here. If you don't write a context also, nothing will happen. You don't get any error. But it is best practice to always write which one? Context. Because this indicates that you are not sending any values. You are not sending any values and this template doesn't uses any values of which one? Template, I mean view. Now return, okay, return what here? Response. Return the response, right? Okay. Then after this, open the urls.py and define the path. Define the path for this particular view. So what is the name of the view? View 14. And when you call this, it will call, which one it will call? View 14, right? Okay, then refresh this here, send a request.
Panchayat.
So what is the name of the view? You are sending a request. View, sorry, view what is this? 14. Okay. So view 14. Oh, plus space. Oh, yes. Now this is add.html, right? Oh, so sorry. Now here, now sum of n1 and n2, see here. Now one thing here you have to know it. So sum of n1 and n2. Now if you refresh this, you can see sum of, so
Pala.
sum of n1 and n2. You can see sum of n1. What is the value of n1 is 10. What is the value of n2 is 20. Then is, I want to do some arithmetic, right? I want to do some arithmetic in what? Template, right? But actually this tag is used only for what? Inserting data. This tag is used only for what? Inserting data. but not to perform
ये
any
जाते हम
arithmetic
એટલે જાણશું આપ
operations. It is used only to it is used only to insert the data,
अरे
but
लास्ट
not
में
to
થાય
perform any
કેટલા
arithmetic operations. Understood? But if you want to perform any arithmetic operations, you cannot do it directly. You cannot say insert n1, insert n1. I cannot write plus here. Then in this case, plus is treated as what a character, but it doesn't treated as what a operation. So whenever you do any arithmetic operations, you do these arithmetic operations where you do arithmetic operations where? Not in the template. You do arithmetic operations in what? View. The result is sent to what here? Template. The result is sent to template. But in this case, let us see this because now in this case, the sum of 10 and 20 is what? Is it displayed any value? No. So why it is not? But is it values are sent from this template to this template or not? Yes. We send the values from calc template to which template? Add template. But how you send the values from calc template to add template? By using which one? With so with the n1 equal to 10 with space n2 equal to what here? 20. N1 equal to 10, n2 equal to what? 20, right? And then send this value to what? Add dot html. So let us see here. Now n1 is a 10, n2 is a 20, but even here also I cannot write n3 equal to n1 plus n2, right? Because this becomes what? One expression or not? Yes. It means you are trying to evaluate this expression and you are sending what here? Data. So n1 is one variable and n2 is what? One variable. So just to see it, let us do this. Now this is again given which one? Error. So always the calculations are done in which one? View, not as a part of which one? Template. But here you have to understand one thing, how to send the data from one template to another template by including, and how you are sending it by using which one? With you are passing the data and this data is inserted in another template. You are passing the data and this data inserted in what? Another template. Okay, 5 minutes. You're passing the data and this data inserted in this template. But here you cannot do any calculation because what is the role of template? Template usage is what? Presentation. Template usage is what? Presentation. Means you are doing some displaying the data, presenting the data, but not for performing any calculations. Whenever you want to do any calculations, that calculations has to be done within what? View, but not as a part of which one? Template. But this example I've taken to understand how to send the data from one template to another template using which tag? Include tag. Understood? Right? So let us copy all this. So this example belongs to include tag. So this is a result is sum of 10 and 20 is, but here I have not written because you cannot do any arithmetic operations. And if you want to do any arithmetic, you take the help of some filters. Okay, for concatenation, addition, okay, but you cannot do it what? Directly. We'll talk about filters later. We'll talk about filters later, right? So this is home.html. So this is home.html. So this is one template. Header home. What we copied? Header. So this is header.html. And this is so footer.html. You create first this both the templates, and then next one is home.html. So where you are including this both the templates, home.html, right? The next one is courses.html.
Tanki kon be tom use kor. Room change kar diyo.
So this is
Room
courses.html.
kar ke diyo.
And the next one is
ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଆଗକୁ ମିଳିବନି ତମକୁ ସେ
calc.html.
ହରିଜନ ନାଳର ପଛ ଆଡକୁ ତମକୁ
See
ମିଳିବନି
all this
କୁଆଡେ
template I
ତମକୁ ଦେଖେଇଛି
created as a part of include.
ଏଇଟା ଆମର
One more
ଛତ୍ରପୁର
is
ବସ୍ ଷ୍ଟପ୍
add.html.
ସେପଟେ ଗୋଟେ ବାଁ ସାଇଡ୍ ବେଳୁ ଗୋଟେ ରାସ୍ତାଟି ଅଛି ସେଇଠି ତ ନୂଆ ଘର ଯାଉ ହେଇଛି
So
ସେଇଠି
this
ଗୋଟେ
is add.html. Then create URLs for this views. So urls.py. Then after this,
ଦେଖ ବେକାର
yeah,
କଥା
create the views.
କିଏ ୟୁଜ୍ କରିବ ଅଧିକ
So how many views we
ତମେ ୟୁଜ୍
created?
କରିବ ତମ ପଇସା
Three
ମିଳିବ
views.
500 600
And then test the application.
ବେକାର
Now this is views.py, right? So I think you understood this. You understood include. Huh? So what is the difference between extends and include? Tell me here. What is the difference? What is the difference between extends tag, percentage? So percentage, which one? Extends tag and percentage, which tag? Include tag. Tell me what is the difference? So this is which tag? Extends tag. This is extends tag, and this is what here? Include tag. Tell me. So what is the difference? Extends tag generate which relationship? Generate inheritance relationship between templates. Okay, but this generate which relationship? Composition relationship. Okay, relationship between templates. So a template inherits only one template, but a template inherits only one template, but include a template include more than one template. See, a template inherit only one template, but a template can include more than one template, right? So extends allows reusability and what here? Extensibility. Allows reusability and what? Extensibility. But this allows only what here? Reusability, but doesn't allows extensibility. Extensibility means adding some new features. Adding some new features, right? So here, now this is what will happen. The difference between extends and what here? Include. This is the difference between extends and include, right? Yes. Then next we'll talk about one more thing. Now filters I'll tell you. Filters I'll not tell you now. DJANGO filters, template language provide filters, but I'll tell you filters, not now. We'll see once we move to models or while printing what results, we'll see that. Okay, filters we'll see later. But let us move into another topic, which is very important topic, and that is nothing but DJANGO forms. DJANGO forms. This is one of the important concept in what? DJANGO application development. So forms, compulsory you require a form or not? Yes or no? What is the use of form? What is the use of form? You have a form. Form is to fill the data and send it. Why you create a form? To fill the data and send, right? For example, if you want to take the admission, then what you do? You fill the application form. You want to open the account in the bank, you fill the application form. Yes or no? In the same way, in web application development also, if you want to send data, if you want to send data from client to what? Server, you take the help of which one? Form. But already we have a forms in what? HTML. Already we have a forms in what? HTML. Then why again forms in Django? Yes or no? Already we have a forms in what? HTML. Then again forms in Django. Why again forms required in Django? Now there is a lot of features provided by which one? DJANGO forms. DJANGO forms. Black screen is appeared. Yes, Moksh, but yes, is it my screen is visible? Is it my screen is visible? Online students, yes, right? Is it black or white? Huh? Is it black or white? White only, Somebody is saying blank or black or what here? White and black, Okay. Scrolling, I'm scrolling. Is it visible, Is it my screen is scrolling, Yes, no? Then here, when you type the question, you type the question properly here. You say black, blank, right. No problem. So Django forms. Okay, what is the difference? Here, questions comes here is when you already have, when you already have which forms? When you already have which forms? HTML forms, then what is the use of Django forms here? But form is nothing but, what is a form? It is an interface. Form is nothing but what? Interface. Is it a user interface or not? Yes. Form is nothing but user interface where you input what? Data and send it to what? Server. Server means view. Now, one of the important feature of Django is when you're developing application using a Django, you don't require to have more knowledge on which one? HTML. For example, you want to create a form using HTML, then you must have a knowledge of what? HTML. You should know all input types. You should know all input types. Everything you should know it. Then only you can create what? Form. But I don't know. I don't know what? HTML forms. Can I create a form? I don't know HTML forms. Can I create a form? Yes. By using which one? Django forms. For example, I want to do some validations. I want to do what? Validations. For doing validations, I need to know which one? JavaScript. I need to know what? JavaScript. Input validations. Because when you fill the form, you need to do some input validations. How can you do the input validations? For that, I should know what? JavaScript. I don't know JavaScript. I know only Python. I don't have a script, but still I want to create a form. I want to insert in what? HTML. I want to insert within HTML. I want to do some validations. Which validations? Client level validate. I want to do some validations, whether input data is valid or not. Input data is valid or not. Then for that, I need to have a knowledge of which one? JavaScript. I don't know JavaScript. I know only what? Python. Then can I do all these things? By using which one? Django forms. So Django forms is again rendered into what? HTML. You are writing the code in Python, but that Python code is converted into what? HTML. You are writing the code in Python, but that Python code is converted into what? HTML. That is done by whom? Django server. You have a function called render, right? You have a function called render that renders your Python code into what? HTML. Okay. Yes. So Abhi is asking very good question here. Then what is the use of? So in this point, I know. See, you are creating only form, but you are not creating HTML, right? You create a form, but where you put this form in? You create a form, but where you put this form in HTML? You create a form where you put this form in HTML, then you must have a knowledge of some HTML. I'm not talking about forms knowledge. I don't have. I said I don't have a knowledge of which one? Forms. But I didn't say I don't have a knowledge of HTML. So that you should, I should understand this difference, right? Without HTML, you cannot develop a front end. Yes. But I said I don't have a knowledge of which one? Forms. But I want to create a form. I know basics of HTML. I know basics of what? HTML, but I don't know how to create what? Forms, right? Then I take the help of which one? DJANGO forms. Compared to HTML forms, DJANGO forms provide more facilities. More facilities or more features. What are those features we'll discuss, right? Yes, yes. All those we'll discuss here. 1 minute. So, yes, 1 minute. So 1 minute. Now you have to 1 minute. But is it this is clear? Extends and include is both are clear. Huh? What is the difference between extends and include? Is it clear? Any doubts are there in extends and include? What do you say? Yes or no? Yes. Then next, see, they put in Google Classroom some feedback form, right? Just fill that. That person will explain. Huh? Right. Explain again. Huh? Babu Aswa. Right. Extend, include. Extends, include. Okay. You know Python? Then extends is nothing but inheriting. This is what here? Inheriting. You are inheriting this content here. And here you are adding some new features. But how you are adding some new features? By creating a blocks. And this is called which relation? Is a relation. Huh? Then next one is what? Include. So there is one template. There is one template. You want to include the content of more than one template. And then you include it by using which tag here? Include a tag. Babu Aswa, understood? Understood or not? Yes? Babu, respond it here. Yes. Yeah, see, they have given some feedback form in the Google Classroom. Just fill it. That person will explain. Already filled yesterday. They uploaded yesterday. Yeah, 1 minute. Yes. Your Django forms. Right. We'll start here. Why unnecessarily wasting? Okay. So, what is the Django form? Okay. What is Django form? The question comes here is what is Django form? So what is DJANGO form? A DJANGO form is a class. What is a DJANGO form? Is a class. What is DJANGO form? Is a class. It is a class which represent, when you are saying a class, what is a class? Is collection of what? Variables. A class is a collection of what? Variables and methods. How many types of variables you write in a class? Two types. Two types are three types are two types. What is that? Instance variables, class variables. How many types of methods? Three types. Instance methods, instance methods, class methods, static methods. So here a Django form is what? Class. And this class contain what? Variables and methods. Variables are nothing but what? Fields. Variables are here what? Fields. And methods are used to perform certain operations. Yeah, just wait. Sir, Randy sir.
Yeah, good morning, one and all from the management teams of feedback here. So kindly open the Google Classroom. Your feedback link has been shared there. Just make sure everyone share your feedbacks and concerns. It hardly takes some 2 to 3 minutes. Google Classroom, open the Google Classroom. Yeah, online students just can mention in the chat box as done or completed. Okay. Yeah, last row. Just make it fast. Okay. Just take it 2 minutes. So till now, whatever the topics have been covered, just share the feedback of that. If you have any concerns, just you can share it. Any suggestions?